How do I do things from mobile? CW, At least the background's soothing. I had to go the long way around. Apparently, I hope I'm not my viewer. Please say hi if that's not me. I'm a wee bit jumpy. I had a trash panda come through the window earlier. First time I've seen one up close. That's wild. So that was wild. I don't know how you got Dinah out of finish. Swipe. I hope I'm not my viewer. So that would be kind of sad. Excusez-moi. Oh. Inside of mine's playing Simulacra. Nice. Also, I'm live on YouTube and Facebook, but I can only see the Twitch chat from my Twitch app. And when I'm in the full screen game, for whatever reason, Riven won't let me window it. I can't see any of the chat. Okay. Didn't I? Because I wanted to try and get all the endings. Because I haven't seen all the endings. Where's my screenshot folder? Okay, I think these are listed in order. Yep. Okay. So I'm here on the map island. I've written out the shapes. Because I think I screwed this part up. Okay. That sound is grating. Let's see here. Okay, see up here right there. And then and that's D, ABC, D2. I did some running around and investigating a couple things and trying to figure some stuff out. Okay. So the next one would be you. And this will also help me figure out how to edit my stream, because I only have the beginning edited and I just kind of got stuck. Decided to do some writing yesterday. Ooh, squizzy. Sorry. I think I have an idea of how to beat this now after doing some studying and wandering around and... There it is, right there. And that is... boom, right there. Okay, so you're in that one. And you're in A2. I know this is the most entertaining stream ever. Ah, Go-Go Bloken's live too. Everybody's live. You're alive, you're alive. He's live. Everybody's live. It's just a live party. I don't know why I'm so hyper. Maybe because I had coffee earlier. What time? Aw, it's 10 o'clock. It's like, ooh, I could go get another coffee now. I cannot go get another coffee. I have some root beer, I'm good. Technically, I could get a coffee from McDonald's. They're still open for a little bit. Hey, a hole in B4, and you're in the top left. Okay. B4, bingo! Maybe a dingo ate your baby. I think I got it. I don't know. Because I don't remember much from the other ages. Literally the only age besides all this that's stuck in my head is the ending. Well, not the ending, but the red. Lots of red. And trees that resembled the pilot light schematic from Rugrats. Why am I putting that? It's been in storage for eons, and I'm putting that to my mouth. Gross. There you are. And you are in A1. Yeah, that's A1. Okay. And last but not least, ooh, my butt's already numb. Sitting on the edge of the couch here. I wonder where the dome is. Okay. E1. Okay. I should turn my volume down because this is really loud. It hurt my ears. Oh yeah, I should probably... How about I not give you this crap view and give you this nice view? I never translated my notes from one sort of... Like, I got the grid, but I never actually figured out the color coding system. Samsung notes. Okay. Okay, so big dome shaped like that is it's hard to write like this. I have a freaking clipboard right here. Why am I not using it? Ugh. So Village Island. Okay, that one's boiler. The hell did I write? Oh, that's Gaston Island. Okay. So boiler might have to go to Gens Island again. Village Island is red. So broken is boiler. It's already opened up all the domes and I forgot to write stuff down. Fudge. So big dome is blue. Boiler's the unknown color. Wow, I really screwed pooch on this one. I'm the most entertaining streamer ever, sorry. thought I was ready, but I guess not. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Where's my chat? Okay, it shall be more entertaining from here. Oh, I gotta go to each dome because I'm dumb. Actually, there's a dome up here, isn't there? Did I get this one? Gaston. No, I did not get Gaston Island. I do a lot of back and forth in this game, I swear. I've been streaming for 23 minutes, so that's a lot of editing out. Okay. I feel so prepared, and then all of a sudden I just can't keep anything straight. I don't know what's going on. That's not what I wanted to do. Dang you. One, two, three, four. Oh, and then 6. Oh, so Little Island. I forgot what the Little Island is. I'm having a brain fart right now. I think we're okay. So now, okay, hopefully this is the last time that I lost an excruciating amount of time when I thought I was ready. Comfortable. I'm allowed to be comfortable, right? I have no idea if you can see me now. Oh yeah, I never. Go back in here a minute. So I had a. Nope, that's not it either. Where is that desk? There it is. So, Magic Pippa. This. Okay, so this is what confused me. Come to find out, if you rotate them, it's a multiplier of 5. There's number 2, 3, 4, crunch, 5. Okay, that last couple were kind of skinny. So we've got the one that looks like a K, which is 3. Yes, that's a 3. And then straight across is 5. And then the next one is 6. And then that one rotate it 90 degrees. That 3 is now a 15. Plus 1 is 16. I apparently can't see what I wrote, but I'm writing completely outside the squares. Okay, whatever. And then, so that's 15 plus 2. Yep. So that means that's 3, 5, 6, 16, 17. So before I go... Six, 5, 1, 2, 3. I did it! Woohoo! I did the thing. So that's a thing. So then, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog chirp. Big fishy. Beetle. Just gonna have to go through and figure out. Yeah. This is another puzzle I gotta solve too. I think that's a Leopleurodon. Number one was the ball that kept going in the lake. Wrong way. No. Yeah, it's a Leopleurodon. I'm trying to think where I'm supposed to. I'm having a brain fart. Oh, you know what? I know where. Do I know where? An empty. This is where. If you watched anything from me being in Channelwood and Mist, you would know I get lost very easily sometimes. That's not where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go. Okay. So... just a regular fish? Maybe that one? I remember now. It was a picture of the fish. This fish. I had to look at my stream in the middle. I'll edit it in. In the lake, there's that shape. Okay, and then the beetle. frog. I guess that's a frog. I don't know. Leopleurodon. Then big fish. Ah, that was probably the frog. Okay. Yeah, because that didn't look like the cave mouth. I think I did a thing. I did a thing. Now, which do I do first?
ta saya ya palo. Yapa ay manay yalepo. Meu tisay. Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo. Tisay. Why te fulupe?
Hey, that looks familiar. This one I already read. Whew. Okay. I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me, moments before I could see anything. With my sight only partially cleared, I stood motionless, peering ahead through a thin veil, which was I had to throw my notes on. Which was slowly lifting. There was a violent clang, and faces appeared. I remembered breathing slowly and very deeply, testing the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with a dart right away. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's difficult. Maybe because of the drug. There was a voice. A man I did not recognize stood before me. Remember. What? Though he was wearing Denis dress, he seemed to be talking to me, and the poison was already taking effect. A shadow crept in, and I fell asleep. Then there was the many voices, but I understood none of them. Like hundreds of people whispering, I couldn't wake up. No matter. The dream did end, and now to be here with Etty. I write quickly from my prison. Nelak will return your book, which the moiety interpreted upon your the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atreus for a very specific purpose. Gen will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to receive me. Gen keeps it in his office. Then I assume we're signed Atreus. I think I know how it might be done, but then signal Atreus. I think I know how it will be done, but don't signal him before I'm released. Catherine. Whew. Been so many years. Nope. It's been so many years. I didn't realize how much I missed her. Like a piece of me that I had forgotten I'd lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth, but the years have also left her with a wound which was not there when we were children. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. No one asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. Their beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are gentle people, and they've had their nest destroyed, and now they're frantically trying to anything that might save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me, and I couldn't relate to them. But now I'm overwhelmed by intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given the second chance. But a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? The moiety. Atreus would want me to chronicle all I've learned. I can at least record some of it. It seems that Atreus and I trapped Gen on Riven many years ago. Our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. Two of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gen at the fissure, where I linked back to Mist, and Atreus then threw himself into the abyss. Of course, they understood little of what we were doing, but they somehow were able to guess that what we had done. Somehow were able to guess that we had won? That Gen was no god at all, but only a fickle impostor, a false god, and that we had trapped him here in Riven. I always hoped they would decide this simple truth, but their further conclusions have astonished me. Atreus had stripped Gen of his power, therefore Atreus must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from a Rivenese womb, to be his wife. I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Thus the moiety, as they call themselves, were born a dissident society, sworn enemies of Gen. I did not know if their beliefs regarding Atreus and myself until 2 days ago. Ati was for some reason distant to was resistant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course, everyone here assumed that I would be aware of my own god status, so they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it as a recent gatherings to which I was invited. I sat at front of a dimly lit and crowded cave as they told a mythical story of my own life, acting out the battle between Atreus, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into grandiose proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion, which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which was giving them courage to band together and rebel against Gen. Since then, I... Jeez, oh Pete. Since then, of other doctrines and beliefs. Since then, I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, and the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven to free them. Some believe that I will overthrow Gen. Others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Over the years, as As Gen's power has become greater and greater, the moiety's numbers have grown, and they have become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complex network of caves that he has still not discovered. The moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with any of the Rivenese that chose against joining them. But I hope they've not sacrificed vital links in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and Annette were still on the surface in Gen's dominions, and I long to see them. But shrouds Etis face every time I've mentioned them. I'm having a brain fart on reading this handwriting. Holy cow. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gen's constructions and stealing food from the villagers. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short foray to the island's surface, and then take this regalia very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety. They are probably afraid? They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by their costumes, calling them evil spirits or ghosts. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gen's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gen immediately. I've no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was fooled. Atris is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I'm thankful he would be in extreme peril here. Also, there is a quiet inner voice, an echoing remnant, that wants him far away. I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I ventured to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped it would not be as bad as the moiety had reported. I was wrong. Excuse me. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen words, will fall cold breath, will fall cold. The womb from which the cry released has suffered hurt, will suffer death. To get to the surface, we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of the doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface. But I also know I must keep my identity hidden from Gen's ever vigilant eye. So I accepted it, as well as then. Together we swam a short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after the past weeks in the dank caves. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand gestures. The three of us emerged from one hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrowing area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if waiting for my command, but could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds, but in seconds more all the feelings were gone. There was numbness. We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven was once one island. He split apart 5 distant pieces, about half a mile apart. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personnel militia are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gen's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. There's another island which I could not see, as it was evidently crept away a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the Gen tree was to exist. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven. What they also still refer to as their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also one of the remaining provinces of the people, though Gen's influence can be seen everywhere. Of course, I know the reason for the fracturing islands. The moiety do not. Gen wrote this place, and it will die, as of all Gen's ages eventually die. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world inhabited by people that they are treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I am still an outcast here. They whisper amongst themselves, thinking of my during my excursion to the surface. How I walked across the island, bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Etsy is uncomfortable around me. At times there is no awkwardness, and I'm only Katrin to her. But at other times, I'm something else. I am afraid. There's such a great... Jeez, oh Pete, I'm struggling so hard to read this. There's such a great numbness inside me. Today I don't feel closeness with my people. Neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gen. I don't feel anything. I'm not even sure of... At least Nayla is still close. That almost looks like the compass rose. I'm failing. Gen is making and writing books. I wish they had told me sooner. Atris should have realized this would happen. Of course. Gen would have written all of them. materials necessary to the Dani craft of making books into the age and probably every other age he ever wrote. He is attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him, we only delayed him. This age has become his factory, and the people here are his machines. All in his mad pursuit to become a god, to carry on his noble Dani cause. So far, he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atreus has never believed in destiny. I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect. It's too much of a coincidence. They hang on my every word, though they do not understand them. I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them. There is no choice. It's been a long time since my last entry. It's hard to recognize, but I have found the Starfisher. It's located on the island which Rivenese called Aleppo, meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the moiety as Aklutuan, meaning pool of stars. Having since allowed Atreus to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since become sealed with the skin of heavy iron. A crude telescope has been mounted over the locked viewpoint, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety before arrival. Hey! Another 5-step combo? Yep, 5. 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 5, 4, 4. Ha ha ha. In the early days, the moiety, seeking an escape for Riven, briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Ultimately, however, they decided against opening it. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it and almost certain that with a decayed state of the island's opening fissure, now would be disastrous. I have heard that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen Mist Book fall from Atreus's hands into the very same space. To this end, he would have people, alleged transgressions of law, thrown into it so that he could observe their fate. The telescope, which still stands there, is one he built for these callous experiments. It is said that they did not die, but became of the remains. What became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limits of Gen's gifts prevented him from learning their fate. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a something space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atreus explained it after he had fallen into it. But much more than that we've never understood, and we have never been able to conclude upon its origins. But the visions tell me that it was from out of the will of the Maker, perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. I still remember Atris's words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure, the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued following into the starry expanse. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier. The unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during one escape from Riven is the very design that stands vertically at one of the Aliquotan has been adopted by the moiety as a symbol of their cause. It is a sacred symbol for them. It is the representation of all their doctrine and their representation of me. To deface this symbol is sacrilege. They have their own mystical explanation regarding its sudden origins. I haven't told them that I wrote it into the age along with all the other daggers. It's strange how such a young religion can be so unbending even to their own God. I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. Tell that to Dan Brown. The enemy uses this against them. They are fearful of Gen's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolic use of the work, but they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps attempts have even caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. My rare encounter with those who say they follow Gen have been discouraging, and I have hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. But I have heard news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gen. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of the failure. In the village circle, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gen to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue to try and reach them. The door is open. The door is open if Gen is free. Gen has the ability to create working books. In fact, he had written one age before I had arrived, but it has kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure. Perhaps he has written other news. A few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding, one of them managed to steal what appeared to be a test book of Gen and had intended to destroy it. Had been partially written, but did not work. They didn't tell me about it until now because they thought it was useless. Back then, none of Gen's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem of its source, he blamed it on the symptoms. No, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven forest and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes to something his books inherent flaws. To heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences this crude solution, however, was that the domes demanded huge amounts of energy and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. At last, however, he finished his work and is finally able to link to an age, but he kept his success extremely well hidden. However, for some reason on or another, belligerent pride, he has made modifications to the domes, which made it obvious that he's using the domes to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. He can't believe that we would blindly swallow the suicidal, I don't know, bait. But he wouldn't know that we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. There is a possibility of have read burnt book. It it describes would be have read burnt book age. It describes would be unstable as unsuitable as new home for moiety must be modified. I will dream. Have requested a jeez, a grade to solve combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the burnt book. I do not think Gen will interfere. He will have the bait. Have begun writing the moiety's age. Now must acquire second book from Gen. There is tension. A strain blurs my vision, and nightmares. Nayla and Ati stay close. Much has happened. Almost everything is prepared. We have stolen another book, but I'm concerned. Gen will miss it. We have also discovered the combinations for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. By powering our burnt book with Gen's domes, we will be able to link to this age, but we'll only have access to the domes for a short of time before we are discovered. Therefore, we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gen's books and our burnt book all seem to share the same sickness if they are not powered. The images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only will write substance into moiety age. All is ready. Now all we can do is wait for word from the moiety moiet who are on the lookout for Gen to power and use the domes. When he does, then we will have access to one of Gen's domes just long enough. After linking to the age which I have written, I only have to locate the book window substance and refine or adapt it. Laying this window over the gateway image showed the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gen's clumsy domes. Something at these plans. I sound like Atris. I'm risking my life I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares. The fissure, like a grand wound, is open, and it stains riven soil with blood. I hold the moiety knife. Whoop. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the moiety have complete faith, and I will accomplish my task and lead them to the better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy, but they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like all is still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the moiety to this new age. It is beautiful, and I am pleased. At last my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky, unafraid and dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. They have named it Tay. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book which links to here from Riven. But I do not even know how to bring this up to the moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying the only link to Riven. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection, but for their sake it must be done. I am anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gen's suspicions. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel now we have I don't know. Tomorrow we'll return to Riven to see Gen's reaction for myself, but tonight I finally rest. Okay, wow, that was so hard to read. So, save game. Apparently I didn't save my game last time. Save. Okay. Okay, we're good. Oop, there it is. I'm gonna do first boneheaded thing.
No, dai. No pensaba se ya no tiene que poco a poco si po. Freitag på.
Oops. I don't know what happened there, if I clicked it or if it ended when I wasn't looking. Load. Okay, now we did that thing.
Usira po. Ibuko mo buko wisipo. Na vene. Tapo mo revene beno. Now, Katerina ne. Wisifa polo yai sepe yai.
Oh, right. I got all comfy and I still got...
Second Shohutia. Harimata.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Forgive me. I don't believe we've met. I am Gan, and you must be the one whom Atreus sent to trap me. I don't know where you got the brilliant idea to trap yourself in the book, but I must tell you that I am quite disappointed that it is you and not Atreus who must now pay the price for this foolishness. My one wish before I die would be to see him finally assume some responsibility for his actions. Perhaps it will happen one day. In the meantime, you have my services.
Editing this stream is gonna take some I keep muting myself. Editing editing this stream's gonna be fun for this part, because I'll be like, oh, I'm ready. Okay, so I think I can get comfy now for a minute. Oof. Let's see if I could do something real stupid here. So it is 2. Oh, there we go. See, I got all comfortable again. I'm gonna do some stuff. I need that really cool keyboard I saw, because then I can just kick back and relax. Let me do it. I thought I could do it that way.
Where's Catherine? The book is empty. I don't understand.
You never did.
Father.
Father! I am no longer your father because you are no longer my son. I don't know what you thought you were doing, but thank you. I finally am free.
Oopsie. Okay. So I guess I do that again. That's annoying. Okay. So hurry up and sync already. There we go. Oh, editing this is gonna be so much fun. I have ideas. Okay, start saved game. Let's go up. Okay, so now we go. Where I need to go. That's a lot of weird things. Okay, now I know I've said this before, but now I think I can get comfortable-ish. This couch is kind of wore out, and that's okay, because it's now mine. No, not that way. Backtrack. Other way. This is where we just lifted it up. No, that's where you do the thingy. Yeah. Then we go this way. And we gotta backtrack this again. I just dropped in my notes. Could be the wind. Okay. Now we gotta go all the way around and down. Bug the Leopleurodon. It's a magical Leopleurodon. Dang it, I did the thing again, didn't I? I'm not paying attention. I don't know how I didn't pay attention, but I didn't pay attention. My brain went completely blank and I just started clicking and now I'm over here. Because it's this way. Frog. I guess I could have shown you the image. You can watch it in my edited video. I don't know what I just did. What I'm supposed to do. Ah, okay. So you can see the faint outline on here. Dookie. This is where I need my notes. Damn it. Janet, I love you. Okie dokie. So, red is the village. And that goes there, which is D2. A, B, C, D, 1, 2. Then, orange is Gaston, which is this one. A2. Yellow isn't used. Green is Itty Bitty Island, and that is B1. Blue is Dome, which is A1. And purple's Boiler is up here, which is B1, 2, 3, and 4. Anything? No? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. Okay, actually. I'm trying to think if there's a faster way to get around there. Probably not. Process of elimination. Technically, yellow is used on the domes themselves. There's only the 5 islands. So only 5 of the colors could be used. Yay. I loved it when I played it with my family. I'm really dumb. I thought I lowered it. This game melts my brain. I'm not messing. It's just frustrating. There's one thing I didn't try. Because I numpty and all. Not the pretty part. Ay ay ay. I got like 10 things going through my brain. There we go, this is what I wanted. It is a super hard game, sorry. I'm used to being around other people, plus feral animals more. You never know when you're gonna disturb them. Had a raccoon come through the window earlier. Scared the crap out of me. He just sat there on the sill staring at me and contemplated whether he was gonna come in or not. I stared him down, he stared me down. It was a whole thing. It wasn't a Jack thing, but it was a thing. Okay, let's try. I feel them. Is it gonna do a thing? Why did I put B1 instead of A2? Wow, I can't read. Double check all of these. D2. And that one. Then B4. A1 and B1. Let's try this again. I should know better. Click everything. I see what I got wrong. Jeez, oh Pete's. Jeez Louise. Biggest problem is you that scared the shit out of me. The way my brain works is taking small little chunks and breaking it down as much as possible and going step by step. This does not do that. You gotta take basically the whole picture with a bunch of little pieces that go everywhere that don't seem connected, and then you gotta figure out how they're connected to find that. And it makes my brain hurt. This is so far my least favorite of the series. But this is also the only one I've replayed as an adult. Tiny Island is blue. I don't know. Except it is dome. Again, there's so many pieces that I can't even keep it all straight. Don't get me wrong, I like the looks of it and everything else. I don't like how everything is everywhere and not cohesive. It's not how my brain processes things, so I can't connect them. The only reason I was able to connect them this time is because I played this once before and had to cheat my way through it once before, like practically beginning, middle, end, because I couldn't figure out how to get anywhere. Okay, one last time. Started to play it multiple times. Selecting the easy stage. Ooh, I did a thing. I do have the endings in front of me because I want to try and do all the endings.
I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the 5th age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atris desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you. Perhaps it would be best if you went through first. You may need some time to decide. That is reasonable. Until then, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, crude though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atris and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it. The sanctuary I've been writing for the islanders is nearly complete. After all these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book. The switch will reset itself once you link from here.
Quick save. Okay. So just links you back to Suki Duki. Yeah. like I missed something. She would... No, she could have that on her. Because I feel like this would be the only place that would have that answer. Unless I missed something. Thank you. See, I keep missing stuff that's right on the edge of the screen. This is why puzzle games are important.
Yafe adik.
Ah,
Made it. But how'd you get past Ken? He must really believe I've gone mad. I know what he's doing. He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. He's hoping you'll lead him back to Dunny. You can't let Gen... Atris sent you to save me. But if Gen gets back to Dunny, he'll kill him. I think I know how to signal Atris, but it's going to take both of us. You'll have to trap Gen before you can get the combination. Be careful. Go then. If you won't help me, then I have nothing more to say.
unmute. There we go. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. With that, 16, 6, 5, me just like me trying to get all the endings. Screw that. the game. Thank you. Okay. So I'm save that again.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it. Here, I shall follow you directly. Please. You're free to go. But I think you should not come back unless you're willing to use the book.
I really love the fact that you can just piss things off in this game, though. First, the fishy, which, I mean, it's brilliant setup. It's like you can piss off the fish, and then you can piss off again. Let me do it again. Do I really have to leave and go back in? I don't think I do. I don't remember having to leave. Then again, I remember there actually being a ring. But it's such a pain doing the thing. Fine. I don't remember having to do that before. I know. Granted, my memories of childhood are trash anyway, so it's not shocking that I forgot. Oh, I don't have to do the... Okay, I can just hop right back in. I'm covering it up, but I'm really blonde. It goes deep. Very, very deep. I think you're right. I'm just... You would think I remember since I played this like 2 years ago. Ugh. But nope. That's not what I wanted myself dizzy here. There we go.
All right then, once more. The only path open to you now is through this book. Take it. You see, I have changed. There was a time when I might have let you live. I made that mistake with Atris once. It's a pity you decided not to give me a second chance. Well, there's still time.
Only a little bit mad. Just a little bit. Now we get to sit through the credits again. But the rambling is fun. That's why villains are the best. I love the soundtrack so much. It's gonna be so much fun trying to splice all these endings together. Like, it's already complicated enough with Mist. I mean, it wasn't the hardest. It's like Cirrus, Akinar, Atris. I had the trouble though of Twitch didn't save my stream and I didn't have it downloaded. So I ended up losing basically most of my ending and had to re-record it. Yep, Robin. Robin and Rand. We need Rand to do like an audible of the Mist books. Oh, if I were rich, I'd hire him to voice over my lore videos because, dude, I had a computer read it and it was terrible. Like, I thought it'd be easier just having the computer do it, and it wound up like 10 times harder and more tedious, and I'm frustrated with it, and I just posted it because I was just like, I'm done. I quit. I give up. And scene. Sinking. Woohoo. I reached 10 hours played. Woohoo. I put in 15 hours on this game. Damn. Okay, start saved game. Okay. So double check my endings list here. technically could do more, because I can hop into the books, go to the island, and then summon him without it. Okay. I don't know if we get all the endings, but I can at least try for most. It's really one other option right now.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it.
Here we go.
Here, I shall follow you directly.
Woohoo! I'm free! Okay, one more quick save. You know what? I don't want to sit through the credits anymore. Like, there's a lot of credits.
¿Quieren Natsu? ¿Shima? Shorate. Mata neta.
I lost my pin.
Tagamem. San botegan shem. Fasi.
That looks so creepy. Another book. 86-929. I start this latest journal with astounding news. Catherine has returned to the Fifth Age, and though it sets my teeth on edge to say it, she has also vanished as quickly as she appeared, stolen from me by the rebels. As my guard tells it, she linked into the Fisher Plateau cage, and as I guessed, when suddenly he was set upon by a band of rebels who darted him and spirited him away. I suspect the truth of the matter was that he was as dumbfounded at actually witnessing someone Lincoln after all this time that he presented an easy target for whichever rebel had happened by at that moment. The damnable luck of it. He did get a good enough look at her, though, to verify that it was indeed Catherine. He also claims that he inspected all of her belongings and found no linking book on her person, a fact which, if true, makes the question of why she's returned here all the more puzzling. While I'm sick with frustration at having lost the only quarry that Cage has even caught, I am also filled with hope she may yet provide me with a way back to Denis. It's true that I have managed, despite overwhelming odds, to break free of the confines of the Fifth Age and resume my mission to save the culture from extinction. But I fear that unless I am able to regain access to the vast resources that lie in the city's ruins, the task of reconstructing that great civilization will be impossible. If Catherine did bring a linking book with her, then I am halfway there. If not, then she's entrapped in the Fifth Age, and I can assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. Either way, it is crucial to my plans that I find her soon. Her presence here now forces me to take the rebels more seriously. I should never have permitted them to survive this long. 8610-5. Once again, the great work has demonstrated its usefulness to me. This past week, the villagers have been most difficult to manage. Apparently, they have learned of Catherine's arrival, and their fear of this mythic beast has been all that has kept them in line. Had I known how truly useful this prodigious creature would prove to be, I would have perhaps captured more of them while the local population was still plentiful. Although, to be sure, if these disturbances continue, my current pets will be in no danger of perishing for lack of nourishment. 8610-13. The search for Catherine continues. I now deeply regret my mistake of having ever taught these primitive people anything at all about the books. It seems that with each passing day, I more sorely realized the extent to which they were not ready for that knowledge, not even in the simplified manner in which I had presented it to them. Their minds, adapted only to exceptionally menial tasks of village life, were incapable of comprehending the art in all its complexity, and thus were unable to extract the essential underlying principles that are, ironically, so elegantly simple. It is obvious that much of the discord that exists between us stems from this failure to grasp the full meaning of the information I gave them. If they'd been able to gain even the smallest glimpse of the future I'd planned for them, then this conflict would not exist. The minds of children are much more malleable. With the proper instruction, they have developed a more appropriate posture towards the culture that gave them their lives. At times that they take to it almost as if they had a bit of Dani blood in them. Given the natives' inborn limitations, however, I am quite careful that none gain a level of understanding that would permit them to sin against their future the way that Catherine did. How foolish I was to think that she could contain such knowledge responsibly, when it was quite clear that my own son could not. Atris, still he remains one of the greatest. Atris, still he remains one of the greatest disappointments of my life. I should never have left him with my mother. By the time I'd returned for him, he had already been poisoned as to all thoughts of the Dani. Perhaps it was the only way that she could rationalize the fact that she had been responsible for the collapse of their civilization. So much destruction, so many great lives lost. The guilt must have been unbearable. I do have vague recollections of the love she had for my father and for our world, but ultimately she was an outsider whose ignorance of the Dani became the catalyst for their demise. If I'm able to rebuild our culture and the process correct such crucial weakness, then perhaps what she did was ultimately necessary in order that a new era of prosperity might someday come to pass. 8714. Yes, he has. These last few weeks I have found myself frequently beset by images from the past. As I stood in the schoolroom today, I was reminded of my own childhood, the years I spent in the Bookmakers Guild, Father's immense pride at each of my small accomplishments there. He was an important man in the Dani world, but I can't bear to think of him for long. It's too much. I was too young to see such a thing. 8728. I've got her. Late last night I received word that Catherine was in the village attempting to persuade the people to join her. I lost 2 good men in the process, but I would have paid 100 times that number for such a prize. She's been taken to the prison island, where I'd been attempting to gain some insight as to the reason for her presence here. I've had to fight the all but constant impulse to put her in the gallows. She has adopted the most infuriating stance of only answering my questions, when she answers them at all, in her native tongue. Even so, she is a poor liar. I am now quite certain that her return to Riven was unintentional and that she brought no linking book with her. As far as her unwillingness to share with me the location of the moiety, we shall see. Without their leader, however, they are once again powerless against me. If Catherine's coming here was indeed an accident, then Atreus is bound to come for her. That is a given. The question I must now consider is, how will he do it? Is it likely that his hesitation has been due, at least in part, to this dilemma? One way or another, he'll have to bring a linking book to get back to Dundee. There's no other way. 87620. It's late and I cannot sleep. I've lost so much in my life. My people, my father, my son, and you, my wife, Kata. You are the only true kindness I've ever known. Watching you flicker there in the imager. I sometimes wonder if you were real. If I could if I could restore your life with my pain, I would do so in an instant. If I could restore your life with my pen, I would do so in an instant, and leave the rest of the world to their own wretched fate. 87730. Damn these savages. I would be well advised to leave them all in the 5th age, and begin again with a clean sheet of paper. A stranger has arrived on Riven, with a linking book to Dundee, and once again my useless minions have overtaken by the rebels. From what little I could decipher from his muddled explanation, apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage has been damaged, but it is no matter. Everything I need is here now. Atreus is certainly behind this, yet how could he be so foolish as to send someone here with a linking book? Such blatancy is unlike him. Could it be that he has had a change of heart? After all these years, is he finally letting his poor old father go? No, he's only after one thing. Perhaps he should find her. For now, I need only to wait and observe. Okay, I knew that answer was going to be somewhere, and that was somewhere there. I seriously just had my pen, and then I seriously set it down. Oh, my Lanta. And it's gonna fall on the floor? No? What did I do with my pen? Oh, there it is. I found it! Okay. Okay, so symbol. Ting. 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 Symbol? I think that's right. Ooh, towels. Little towels! I probably don't want to eat those. Interesting. Guess there's not much more to be done. Back. From outer space.
We have to move quickly. Gen's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book? You did it. We're all free. You captured Gen. But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what they'll do once they realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
Momentary panic. We're good. We're good. Everything's been reset. Wait, I just can't dang it. Bruh. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Totally gonna edit that out later. Yeah, like, where am I supposed... is confusion. It's the only way I can go. Oh wait, I know. Never mind, I'm stupid, I forgot. Too many things to remember. I've played all the way through to Exile, and then my dad and I got midway through Revelation. We finished Spire, we never finished Haven. So my goal is to get through these, edit them down so my dad can watch.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? Where's the book?
Atris!
I don't...
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age. I thank you.
As do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life. The path home is now clear for all of us. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me. Goodbye, my friend.
Bruh. Prisoner Zero has escaped.
Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure, that riven cleft of stars that acts as both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mistbook into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The age of Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
Yay! Finally. But yeah, so my plan is to get through all of these in exile, and then he agreed to attempt to play because he's up in Alaska. I'm down in Michigan. He's not always agreeable to new things, so he is going to attempt to do the streaming to Discord thing so he can see what I'm playing and play along with me, and we can try and finish Revelation together for the first time. It's gonna be awesome! I'm so excited to get to Exile because that one was my favorite as a kid. I haven't played it as an adult. I mean, I started fiddling around with it like a month ago by myself when I was at a friend's house. It's like, look how cool this age is. Look how pretty it is. Look at the little squishy. Look at this puzzle and that puzzle. Isn't it pretty? Because I just couldn't resist. It's my favorite so far. And I haven't played enough of Revelation to give it a fair judgment. I did love it though. Spire is my favorite age of all the ages I've ever been to. Hashtag sim for Cirrus. I did it. I did it. He's mysterious. That's why. I like my men mysterious. I work a lot, so I might not be able to go to Mysterion. Online or not. Because I work generally 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. But that was Riven. I should probably get to bed earlier tonight. Appreciate you guys for joining me. And hopefully I will see you guys for Revelation. Or not Revelation, Exile when I start it. Probably do Saturday streams on a regular basis now. We'll see. See how long it takes me to edit Riven. It might take me a couple weeks to start Exile.